Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today I'm starting a new weekly reading vlog starting on a Wednesday, which means this won't exactly be a full weekly reading vlog, but it'll be something. It is Wednesday. I did a live show last night with none other than Lisa and also the incredible Matthew Ward talking about the Legacy series, the third and final book. Did I finish this before the live show? No. Did I finish it before I went to sleep though? Yes, I did. I gave it 4 stars. Really enjoyed this book. I think it's a really nice ending to this trilogy. I love this series. Like, if you want to check it out because it's really good. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, 4 stars, which means the first book got 4, the second book got 5, and the third book got 4, which I think to me as well is a really good sign of a good series, because if the middle book isn't dragged down and is actually better, in my opinion, I think that's better, right? I don't know, but yeah, I finished this, so I've actually finished a book in this vlog. Go me. That doesn't happen very often. It's also the first book I finished in October, so that is good-ish. I mean, we're on the 9th and I've only just finished a book, but it's not a competition. It's not a competition. We are just reading because we enjoy it, and I'm glad that I managed to finish this. Now, reading plans this week, I literally have one. But I actually have 2. I have 2 choices. Well, I don't have 2 choices. I have 2 things that I need to sit and read. So today and tomorrow, I need to concentrate on Stranger in the Mind, which, no, I haven't started. But my blog post for this goes up tomorrow, and Lisa is saying that it's a quick read. Oh, it actually does look like it could be a quick read. 1, it's got artwork, which is a plus. And 2, the writing is not small. It's not small. So I feel like I could read this quickly, which we want, because we want to give this an honest review and post it out tomorrow. So this is based in the 1920s Liverpool, which is good. I'm pretty sure I've got a prompt for like 1920s in my journal for a reading challenge, which I'm gonna go through at the end of the year and see if I can fill all of the challenge things. I haven't really been paying attention, but we're gonna see anyways. Also set in Liverpool, in Brownlow Hill Infirmary, where patients face a chilling choice and the body count rises. Dr. Aaron Knight, a psychiatrist with a sinister gift, offers a depraved deal. Detective Amelia Day, Liverpool's first female detective, races to unravel the coma cases before it's too late. So I am really looking forward to giving this a try, if I'm completely honest. And I feel like this is like the perfect time of year. It feels like a very spooky book to read at this time of year. So this is my priority tonight, tomorrow, and until I finish it. But I'm hoping I finish it in time to post something tomorrow. And Godkiller. So this is my book club pick that was for last month, and the book club meetup is on Sunday. It's really not a big book. I'm like 68 pages in, and it's, I don't even know, it's less than 300 pages. So I'm hoping I can also speed through this as well and get this finished and up to date, so I can decide whether I actually like it and whether I want to complete the duology, like buy the second book in the duology, or just borrow it from the library, you know, so I can actually finish the series. So I'm realistically 2 books in the remaining week, which is tonight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Is that impossible? In theory, no. So we'll see. I wanted to actually start my Spookopoly rolls this week, but I think that's not going to happen. So what I'm potentially going to do is like just have Spookopoly pick my reads next week, or maybe for the final 2 weeks. I'm not sure. I've got so many things that I need to read. I also started writing a full list. Like, I've gone through all the way back to the start of my Twitter, all of the requests and the messages I've ever had, and the books that I have received from lovely authors, ebook books, physical books, and I've made a list because I'm awful and I have fallen so far behind. And I know that's going to happen, and I know I'm not the only one that does this. However, I genuinely feel awful about it. So I have made a list and I have got some form of plan. Am I going to be able to read all of the ones that I have got before the end of the year? No. This is going to be an ongoing project. But I would like to, even just for a week, I want to put it into like some sort of spinner wheel, make it interactive like that, and have the spinner wheel pick, and if I read even one of them off of the list, fantastic. And then I want to keep, obviously, that momentum going and start chiseling away at them so I can actually give these authors who have graciously given me their books the reviews that they deserve. Or to find out whether I actually don't like this book and whether it's not for me. Like, that's also completely fine. If I find out that these books aren't for me, that's fine too. But without reading them, how am I supposed to know? So that's what I need to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And how I'm going to go about that and how I'm going to document it, I don't know. I want to though, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. But that's literally my first update for today. I'm going to go and read. Actually, I'm going to go eat because I think my tea's almost ready. I've got 6 minutes. So yeah, my tea's almost ready. I'm actually going to not use that bookmark. I'm going to use the bookmark that came with this book. And then I am going to relax as well. You know, that whatever the heck that means. But I'm working from home for the next 2 days. I literally have no plans. Jack is on night shift tonight. He's on a day shift tomorrow, so I'll see him tomorrow evening. And then Friday through to like next week, I think he's on nights. So I have time to read, and also there are sprints on. So if I really need that extra oomph, I didn't even realise that. I missed that when I first opened this. I've got book number 3 of 20. How cool is that? That's so cool. Anyways, I'm off to read, and I'll come back with my thoughts because I'm going to share them with you. That's the point of a reading vlog, funnily enough. It is Thursday, and I didn't talk to you yesterday. No, it's not Thursday, it's Friday. I didn't talk to you on Thursday because I just had my head down reading this for my post, which I've posted a ASMR-esque, I don't really know the terminology really, I'm guessing it's ASMR unboxing of this on my Instagram, so if you guys want to go check it out and show it some love, I'd really appreciate that. And I am going to post it on my TikTok, I think, but I don't know how I feel about TikTok yet. Anyways, I finished this in a day. I gave it 3 stars. Content warning before I get into anything else, because I didn't see any content warnings, is there is sexual assault in here. And for me it came very much out of the blue, so I appreciate some people want to know these things and some people don't, but in case you need to know, bear that in mind. So we are following 2 points of view. We've got Amelia Day, who is our detective. She's a female detective in the 1920s. This is based in Liverpool, which is also quite cool. And no one wants her there. Everyone keeps making cracks about how she should, you know, not be in the workplace. It is the 1920s. It did kind of grind my gears, but it's supposed to grind your gears, I suppose, because it's like this woman is trying to, you know, she's just become a detective, she's trying to make it in the police force, and all the other men are just awful to her. Apart from one, and his name is Jonathan, and I really like him. And her, like, head, I suppose, of department, he seems to back her as well, but her, like, sergeant, I think, he doesn't like her at all. And yeah, it's really annoying to see, and it's also quite sad to think, like, in the 1920s, if a woman went into the workforce, that is potentially the reaction she would be met with. And then the other point of view is Dr. Aaron Knight. He is a psychiatrist, and I don't like him. You're not meant to like him, but I really don't like him. He does not have a redeeming arc, even at the end. He does one nice thing. Even so, you're like, you are not a nice person. So I think the writing for this is really well done because of everything it made me feel. I did enjoy the 2 points of view because it showed Day trying to solve these coma case. I haven't even actually told you what this is about. There is a increasing number of coma related deaths, and no one else in the police department see a point to investigate, but Day is like, no, I'm gonna look into this, something doesn't feel right. And you watch her try and solve the case while Dr. Knight is the person who is making these things happen. Like, that's not a spoiler, it's on the back. And it's within the first, like, chapter, his chapter, you see what he's doing, which is not particularly pleasant. There is some otherworldiness in this book, like magic-y, voodoo-y stuff, which I really enjoyed. I liked that different, almost like otherworldy thing. That was quite cool to see. Also, if you go and watch my reel, you'll see the actual final cover. This is just an art cover, which is pretty cool. And I really liked Amelia Day. I really liked her character. I really like Jonathan, who is another police officer, and he teams up with her, but he is so nice. I liked him. He was nice. He believed in her, referred to her, asked her questions. Respectful. We like that. But it is pretty cool. It was a pretty cool concept. There is mention of another book right at the end of this one, which I'm trying to see. It doesn't give us like a title or anything, it just says the detective series will continue, so we'll see what comes next. I am interested in seeing what comes next, because I think it's going to carry on with like otherworldly things. Also, there's another character in here who is otherworldly, and it's mentioned. She is in cahoots with Knight, but there is also mention of her on like one of the higher ups desks that Day sees, but she only briefly comes into contact with this character, and I feel like she might be a reoccurring theme, almost. Like, that's kind of the vibe I get. So I hope I'm true. I hope I'm right on that. But yeah, read this, finished this, happy days. That means in this week I've already finished 2 books, which is more than I read last month. And my next port of call is finishing Godkiller, because I need to. It's obviously Friday, the live, I don't have a live for this, the in-person book thing is Sunday, and this is only 200, it's less than 300 pages, and I read these 200 pages, albeit I feel like the way this is laid out and the way this is laid out, this was easier to read, only in the like font size and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I'm gonna read this, tell you my thoughts. We'll see if we can finish it today. I know Gavin's got sprints today. Obviously I am working, I'm filming this before I start, so maybe I can join them after work and get some stuff done, because he's doing another set of those, like, these sprints don't finish until I finish my book, and Jack's on a night shift, so maybe that'll be a good, that will be a good use of my time. Not it probably would, it definitely would be a good use of my time, so maybe we'll do that. I don't know, but I'm gonna leave this here so I can crack on with my work day, so I can pay the bills. See you later. Hello, it is still Friday, but I am reading Godkiller. Don't know what I was about to say then. And I've had a thought, so I thought, what better way than to talk to you about it, hence the reading vlog. So, I am enjoying the fact that this is multiple points of view. I think we've got about 4 in total, which is good. But it's not written in the way I expect it to be written, in the sense that we have got all of these different points of view. But, for example, I feel like when we're with Kissing, we're seeing where she is, but it's still not first person. So, because there are so many points of view, I'm going to liken this to the Legacy trilogy, which I've literally just finished. So in the Legacy trilogy, they have got so many points of view. However, it's not split up necessarily into chapters of specific characters. So you will bounce between wherever one character is and another, and sometimes you'll flip-flop in between chapters as well and go through. However, because this is split up into actual as this is split up into actual named sections, Kissing being an example, I would have expected it to be more in first person than it is, because we're still, when we read the chapters, so this is a really good line because this doesn't give anything away. So this is Skadi Seth's chapter, and it starts with Skadi could feel the wetness of the next morning, rather than I can feel. I don't know what I was expecting, but I feel like that's what I was expecting. Is that confusing? Probably. But it's still okay. I'm not loving it right now. I'm hoping to get more into it, because I know that Jade from JD Ray Reads read this, and I believe she did really ended up really enjoying it. I don't know what I'm saying at the minute. My words are all jumbling together. So I'm hoping that maybe it'll pick up, but now I feel like we're on the journey for the plot. I feel like that's now gonna kick stuff off. And we're now at the point where I have not read from this book, because I did start it before and I only got like 60 pages in, but now I'm past that point, so all of this is new. So maybe it'll be more enjoyable because I'm now into new territory. I don't know, but I'm hoping so, because I want to finish this today. I just want to. I've got Gav Sprints on in the background, and yeah, I just want to finish this so I could do a roll for Spookopoly. There are other things I still need to read. I need to start Chasing Graves. We're doing the live show for that a week on Tuesday. What else do I need to read? I need to probably start looking at my Spiffbo books. But I just want to do a Spookopoly roll. You know, I think I just want to finish this book and then just read something completely different. Even if it's like massively short, but something that I roll, make it fit a prompt, and we go from there. So that's the aim, because I would love that, I think. And yeah, Jack's gone to work and I've been by myself for a few hours now, and I think it's showing. So let me get back to reading, because I need to do that, and then we'll go from there. I don't know what my next update bit might be. It might be in a minute. Well, in a minute for you, but you know, it might be today. Who knows? We'll find out. Hello everyone, it is Saturday and I finished a book, thank goodness. I mean, I've literally just finished it. God Killer, finished it, 3 stars. It was alright. I now need to find the dust jacket for it amongst, oh, it's right on top, amongst all of the ones that I currently have stored during my ongoing, Jesus, I can't even talk anymore, ongoing reading process. So I gave this book 3 stars. I don't think I'm gonna buy the next one. I think I'm still gonna read it, but I might borrow the audiobook from my library and potentially unhaul this, but it's going to stay on my shelf for a little bit. So this was 3 stars. I have gone through Corpile, and I will say this book is very slow to begin with. It's super slow. I liked the world and the magic system. In this world, gods used to be revered. There is pretty much a god for anything. Anyone that can, any god that gets respect paid to them essentially like grows in, I don't know, status and all of those fun things. So there are people like Kissin, who is one of our points of view, who is a god killer because gods are now bad and wrong. The current king does not agree with them. The gods and the people had a big war years ago and the gods turned on the people, so obviously there's a bit of bad blood there. And gods can be just as good as being bad. So that is what keeps Kissin in business. Now we have other points of view. We have got Inara, who is a young girl who is actually bound to a god, and he is a small god of white lies, so no one really knows about him. I really liked the portrayal of their relationship throughout the book, and there was one point where I just wanted to shake Inara, because, and she wanted to probably shake the god that she was attached to as well, just because of some of the events that go on. But I don't want to say too much on that because it is a spoiler. But I liked how their relationship was not just person and god they were tied to, full of revere and love. I liked that because it's more realistic if being attached to a god is realistic. Anyways, we also have Elogast? I think it's Elogast. I'm not too sure. My pronunciations of names, as you possibly well know, are terrible. And he is an ex-knight. He fought in this war against the gods, and when the king comes to him with a request that he cannot deny, he sets off on a quest that actually, you know, kind of pulls him and other characters into the same place. And we do also see the perspective of the god in this book as well. Like I said, the start of this book is very, very slow. So slow. This is 280 odd pages. It felt longer, if I'm honest. Would I recommend it? Yes. I feel like to some people this would be a fantastic book. I found that all of the stuff I was actually interested in didn't happen till the final, like, 75 pages, which for me is too much. For a book this size, I should have been engrossed from the beginning. Like, it shouldn't have taken that long to get to any point. I feel like a book that is 700 plus pages has a build up this slow because there is room to do it. There is time to do it. And I feel like it adds to the story. The first binding, key point of this, there is such a big build up at the start of the book that without it, I feel like the rest of the book would not impact you half as much as it does when you get there. And with this, it didn't have the room to do that, so it felt like it just went on for ages. So 3 stars. I need to fill in my book club journal because I'm going tomorrow and I am pooping myself a little bit. Meeting new people is not necessarily one of my best traits, but it also is. Like, I can talk for England, that's why I do this. If there was a award for it, maybe I would win it. I don't know. But I also do like making people talk to me. Is that the right way to say that? Probably not, but I know what I mean. I do like being, you know, in conversations, and I'm hoping having a conversation with like-minded people about books will be good for me, and it will be something different for me to do as well, so that's good. I am glad that I actually can make this one because they already did a meeting, the Read Addie LaRue. There's been mixed reviews about Addie, which is sad because I really liked Addie when I read Addie, so we'll see how this goes. I'm also having a pyjama day, which is why I'm in my fluffy Jack Skellington jumper. Not looking all together, put together, but who does that anyways? I now have something to unbox and I want to do a roll. Because I can now. I am going to be reading Chasing Graves next week, regardless of what this roll says. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is I've got Chasing Graves, which is the It's All About Fantasy book pick for September. We're in October, but I've got the first one on Audible, so I'm gonna listen to that next week regardless of what is happening with Empire of the Damned. I'm not gonna finish that. I'm gonna put that on the back burner and I'm gonna read Chasing Graves because I keep doing this. I keep saying, well, I need to finish such and such before I start such and such, and that is why I do not finish things in time, and I need to finish that. But that audiobook is about 11 hours and I'm currently listening to books on like 2 point nothing speed. Might not be fast for a lot of you. I'm getting there. I feel like I'm building up my speed. I used to be a 1.5 girl. Then I was 1.7. Now I'm a 2.0. And I might be able to bolster that up quicker. So imagine how many audiobooks I'll get through. And how many more audiobooks I'm going to need to buy if that's the case. But that's regardless. So let's open this and see what the book is for September, because this is September's Fairy Loot YA box. Oh, jeez. I've got a snotty nose. Jack is on nights, so I have all the time to sit on the couch and either brain rot my brain or read. And I might do a mixture of both. I don't know. So, we have paper. We have a card. Let's cover it up. Oh wait, this is October's book. Did I get I think I've already had September's book. I've lied to you. This is actually October's box. Because it is so early in the month. What even is the date? The 12th. I did not expect this to be this, but I know what the book is, so I don't know why I'm covering it. The theme for the YA book box is Castles Crumbling. And that means that I need to get on it and skip the next book because I'm not interested. I don't really know if I'm interested in any other of the books, but I recently read one of this author's other books. Is it one of or the only other? I don't know. But I saw they were doing this one. I saw in the hints that people thought this was the book for, I'm holding it upside down, for this month. So I thought I need to get it. Ooh. Oh, I like that. I like what they've done. So this is Air by Sabaa Tahir. Wow, look at that. And then look at the spine. Like it's like a proper oldie worldy book spine. And then we just have so much foiling on this. That's crazy. Oh, and the edges. Look at the edges. We've got black blocks on top and bottom. So this is obviously the main focal point. That will look so stunning on my sprayed edges shelf, which I haven't actually showed you guys. And I probably should, because I feel like if anyone's going to enjoy it, it's going to be you lovely people. Because you will understand. And Jack does kind of understand. Well, no, Jack appreciates it, but I'm not sure if he completely understands. But look at all of this. Wow. I'm going to need a one of my dust jacket book fabricy things to cover that up. That was full English, wasn't it? I don't think it was. I really like what they've done there on that spine. That's really pretty. I don't know if it'll focus on it because it's currently focusing on my hand. With this little like banner. I think that's pretty. And then everyone is really stepping up their end pages game at the minute. There's so much more foiling on a lot of the end pages than I think I've ever seen. I find it quite interesting actually when I now look back on books that I got in 2020 from FairyLoot and Illumicrate, because I used to have both if you are new here and you have not experienced the joy that is my book box battles. Is this unsigned? Oh, it's got an author letter in it. Okay, fair play. I will say I'm not sure how I feel about the bound. Like, I like the bound-in author letter thing, but I'm not sure how I feel about, like, just having unsigned books. Maybe that's just me. I really like the idea of having them signed when they come. Oh, and this, okay, this is the original cover. So this is the cover that actually is on it, which is very cool. But I do think I prefer all of the many shiny bits that are on this other version. But let's put this back together. The right way up would be good. And then we'll actually find out what this book is about. I know there is romance in it, because not being funny, when is there not at the minute in these subscription box books? But like I said, I recently read Empire of the Ashes was the other book I read of hers this year, and I really actually enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised. So we'll see how we feel about this one. I will say the only thing I don't enjoy about Reverse Just Jackets is how slippery they are. Anyways, an orphan, an outcast, a prince, and a killer who will bring an empire to its knees. Growing up in the Kigari slums, Ayaz, I hope, has seen her share of suffering. An old tragedy fuels her need for vengeance, but it is love of her people that propels her until one hot-headed mistake lands her in an inescapable prison where the embers of her wrath ignite. Banished from her tribe for an unforgivable crime, Saoirse has a down-on-her-luck tracker who speaks to the earth, air and water to trace her marks. Destitute, she agrees to hunt down a killer who has murdered children across the empire. All she has to do is carry out the job and get paid, but then she falls for a charismatic and inconvenient fugitive who keeps getting in her way. Quill, potentially, is the crown prince of the empire, nephew of a famed and venerated empress, but he's loath to pick up the mantle when his aunt steps down. As the son of the most hated emperor in the history of his people, he, better than anyone, understands that power corrupts. When a vicious new enemy threatens the survival of the empire, Quill must ask himself if he can rise above his tragic lineage and be the heir his people need. Sabaa Tahir masterfully interweaves the lives of 3 young people as they grapple with the burdens of power, love, and unchecked greed. Get ready for a dark and breathless journey that may cost these young people their lives and their hearts, literally. So that sounds quite interesting. Like I said, I read one of her books recently and I really liked it. So that is why I kept this, and I've lost the card. No, I haven't. I found it. So there you go. From now on, I will probably be skipping all things Fairy Loot because I don't think any of the other books really speak to me, which is sad, really, in the grand scheme of things, but it is what it is. And now I want to do a roll, so let's get the board up. I'm just going to do it on my iPad because I have it here. And I'm going to use the dice roll on my phone because I do actually have an app for that, believe it or not. Right, I want 2 dice. We're going to roll it on because the adverts always come up. Okay, so we've rolled it once, so it's not just set on 2 6s. So let us see what my first roll is. I'm not even going to guarantee how many rolls I'm going to do. This might be the first and last roll of this readathon, but I really want to take part and I love the board. So I say that now. We might change our minds. We might not love the board so much in a minute. So, okay. We've got a 7. So let's flip you around and see what a 7 gets us. I have no counters because I'm doing this on my iPad, but here is the board. Here is the first space. So we are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shocker. Of course it was going to be chance. And I have no cards prepared. So I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure the chance ones were books that you wanted to read and the community chest ones were prompts that you wanted to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to random number generate some stuff because like I said, I haven't done this. So we are going to random number generate. Yeah, that makes sense. So I have got many shelves, many shelves. Are we going to random number generate or are we going to pick some books? I'm gonna do a mixture of both. I think I'm gonna pick some books and then we're gonna random number generate between them because otherwise we'll be here for a very long time going through these many shelves. Let's get started on that. I have picked some books. These are all ARCs that I have been very grateful to receive. However, I have not read 2 of them. I have not missed the mark on. 3 of them I have. So let's go through them. Oh gosh. First out, I've got The Blood-Dim Tide by Stephen Orion. Angry Robot sent me 3 of these arcs, this being one of them. This is a finished copy though, it's very pretty. Which is the second book in this trilogy by Stephen Orion. It's one of his, well, it is his newest release, traditionally published. And unfortunately my art got lost in the post, so they sent me another one. And I haven't got around to reading it yet. This, like I said, is a sequel to a series. By reading this, I'd be up to date on the series until the 3rd one comes out next year, which I'm very excited about because I really enjoyed the first one. It is historical fantasy, bending the timelines that it fits into this story. There is a little hint of magic, but it is based in the Mongolian Empire. I think, yeah, not the Mongolian. It is based in the Mongol Empire, not the Mongolian, which is completely different. So this is pick number 1. Remember these numbers because I'm going to random number generate in this order. Pick number 2, The Last Shield by Cameron Johnson. Loved this author, read Maleficent 7, interviewed him, absolutely lovely guy. This released in August of this year. This is a standalone, I believe it's a gender swapped thing. A gender swapped, I want to say, Arthurian story. So that's pick number 2. Pick number 3 is one I recently received from the lovely Ed. This releases January next year, so I have time on this. So if this doesn't get picked, I still have plenty of time to fit this into the TBR. This is called Lightfall. This is a new novel we've got vampires, which is perfect for this series. We've got vampires, werewolves, and sorcerers, and it's fans of J. Kristoff's Emperor of the Vampire and Richard Swann's The Justice of Kings, both of which I loved and both authors I really enjoy reading from. So pick number 3. Pick number 4 is These Deathless Shores by P.H. Lowe. This released in January. This released in July this year, again from Angry Robot. Thank you very much. This is a Captain Hook origin story, reimagined, gender bent. Our main character spent spent her past with the Lost Boys, and then it wasn't until she got her first period that they realised that she was a girl and then kicked her out of Neverland. So she's going back to get her revenge, pretty much. Obviously all of these books I'm excited for, but this is pick number 4 and I am excited to give that a try. And then the final pick number 5, again, I've got time to read this. This is The Wrong Stop by Rex Burke. This is an indie sci-fi new release that is coming out later this year, I believe. I'm taking part in an indie book tours tour for this because I like Rex Burke, I like his writing, and this is somehow our main character gets pulled into a life-changing adventure, one that will have repercussions down the years. Off the rails and on the run, they're pursued from city to city by shadowy forces, and in the end there's only one place left for them to go and one chance to escape. So this is the sci-fi indie pick for this little generated thing. So we're going to generate between 1 and 5. I'm going to press generate so that it gets it out of the system. We're going to do it a couple of times actually, just generate. Right, okay. So let us see what we get. Ready and generate. Oh, 1. Okay, so we are going to be reading The Blood Dim Tide. Very nice. That is the very first book that I picked, which is good for me because that means I will be continuing and catching up with the series. So this is the first roll of Spookopoly. I don't know how much I'm going to read of this weekend, but we shall see, and I'm happy to actually continue, and I've just seen that there is a catch-up. Oh my goodness, yes. The story so far. I love when authors do that, because as much as I do love a good reread, I feel like since I read the first book and this book, it isn't really long enough for me to reread the whole thing. So I'm glad there is a catch-up. So I will come back to you with thoughts as I go through this, and hopefully we'll do a couple more rolls next week and we'll see what happens. I'm not crossing off this week, but I just don't feel like I will finish this book today/tomorrow. But we'll see. I swear I have other rooms in my house. I really do, but I just don't sit in them. Or I don't really take my camera down to them. Let's see if we can add some light to myself, shall we? God knows if we can. Does that make it any better? Probably not. But hello, it's Sunday. I have literally just arrived back from my first in-person book club. Go me for going. Go me for going. Really nice bunch of people. It's a really nice group. We spoke about Godkiller. I said my points that I mentioned to you guys as well. I am not the harshest rater there though, so that's good. I did learn some things about the people that I'm reading with though, because it seems as though quite a few of them like horror and like dark smutty romance and stuff, and I've got nothing against it. It's just not for me. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about our next book. Our next book is, whatever was it called? I have put it into my want to read on Goodreads. I believe there's aliens in there somewhere. Don't really know. All the Fiends of Hell by Adam L.G. Neville. Lucas, who is a guy in my Spiffbo group, he's read it. He rated it 4 stars, so if he liked it, I have high hopes. It's his review, because I'm quoting the review. All the Fiends of Hell is an atmospheric alien horror novel that nails the sense of existential dread, while its moderate pace and dense prose may not appeal to everyone, those who appreciate well-crafted, deeply unsettling horror stories will find much to appreciate here. So let's see. Do I appreciate horror? I don't know. I don't think so, but we're going to try it because that's the point of doing a book club. Our next meet up isn't until potentially December, January anyway, so I've got plenty of time to read that. But I did actually start the book that I rolled for yesterday, so I'm very happy about that. I am 84 pages in. I had to stop myself from reading this, guys, because I was just like, I want to keep going. But it was getting late and I knew I had to get up early to take Jack to the train station this morning, which I did, all fine. So I want to read more today. Obviously, I really liked it as well because I went to bed at probably about 9, half 9 last night and just read. I just read. So nice. I never do that anymore. But I really enjoyed doing it that way. So I'm going to take this downstairs with me, potentially read it while like watching TV after I've eaten because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. It was stupid, I know, but I just didn't. I've just been eating like weird snacks. Like we always have pepperoni steaks and cheese strings in this house. I would say I don't know why, but I'm the one that does the food shopping, so that excuse doesn't really fly. But yeah, I don't really know why either. So yeah, I've been eating that all day. And I went out just after 12, I think. And then I stopped off at Aldi on the way to book club to get... I got spooky chocolate lollipops because I thought they were a safe bet. Perfect for the season. And there's leftovers. So either I'm going to eat them or I'll send Jack to work with them. I also got more Pepsi Max because I had 1 can left and I was like, this will not do. So bought more of them. And then I bought Jack a treat. I bought Jack, like, they had Reese's. I have not seen, but then again, I haven't really been shopping in Aldi recently. I have not seen any of the Halloween stuff that's been in Aldi, and there was some good stuff. I got a chocolate, hot chocolate cocoa ball thing, which apparently has marshmallows in. I'm going to drink that at some point, probably tomorrow night, or during the day, because I'm working from home tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I got Jack some Reese's like tombstone-y things. I just saw them and I know he likes Reese's. They also had the pumpkins, but I always get him the pumpkins and I saw these and these were different, so I bought him those as a bit of a difference. And Aldi have actually knocked off the Marvelous Creations chocolate bar from Cadbury, except they've done a white chocolate version. I love white chocolate. So I've bought the white chocolate version to see if I like it any better. So I'll be trying that as well. But I am starving, so I need to go and eat. But yes, I'm enjoying this so far. There's not much I can tell you. Obviously, it's a sequel. We do have a new point of view, though, so far. So I'm enjoying that. I don't know if we've got the same point. I don't know if we've got one extra or if there is still 4 and they've swapped one of the old ones. 5. Because there's also a point of view which is not one specific person. But I'm enjoying this. I'm glad it's picked up where the last one left off. I'm glad there was a story so far section because, not that I didn't remember everything that happened, but it's nice to have that like memory jog at the start, which is great. And yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. So I'm potentially going to go read this now or when I go to bed because I want to read it. Because I want to do more rolls next week. That's the aim of the game. And also, if I do roll, I think what I'm going to do is if I roll and end up putting, like, Chasing Graves on my TBR, because regardless, I'm going to be starting that on Tuesday at work. On the way to work, maybe, even. Then I'll just roll again. Because I'm really enjoying the physical, but I also do need to read... We've picked which phone list we're going to read first for Spiffbo as well, and I need to do a review for that in November. And October is very quickly disappearing, and I didn't actually realise until we were looking at dates to meet up for the book club next that I have no weekends in November free, apart from the very final day of November, which is the 30th. I have no days free in November. What? Because I've got Jack's birthday. Not that we're doing much that weekend, but I've got that first weekend in November is the week that I've got off with Jack. Then the following weekend my mum is here from France. The weekend after that I'm in Frankfurt for work. The weekend after that is my mate's wedding. And then the weekend after that I might be going to her English wedding. Or I might not be, but you know, it's a very busy month. I have no weekends off. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just kind of getting some stuff done. I need to book a hotel as well. I've just thought about that, in Southampton. So I'm going to sort that now and figure out how I'm going to pay for that. And then, yeah. But I'm going to go, read, sort my life out, you know, eat. See you later. And just like that, it's Monday and we are at the end of another weekly reading vlog, except this one was successful. I managed to finish 2 books this week, which is better than what I've been doing at all for the past however long, and I am just shy of 100 pages into The Blood Dim Tide, so I will carry this over into next week. I don't know when I will carry this on, only in the sense, and in that sense I mean I'm working from home now, I'm just on my lunch break, so I'm filming this quickly after I've just eaten a very healthy lunch of chicken nuggets and chips because I'm a child. But I think I will pick this up tonight if this lovely headache goes away that I currently am sat with. But anyways, wrapping up this week, I managed to read 2 books. I read Stranger in the Mind, 3 stars, and Godkiller, also 3 stars. I will be starting different books this week, so come back next week for those. And I obviously started The Blood Dim Tide. This was my very first roll on the Spookopoly board. This was a chance card, so I'm hoping to finish this, and then within next week's vlog I will do at least hopefully 1 more roll. I don't know, we'll see. I'm excited though. I'm loving this so far. I think it's a really good continuation from the first book. I like where we've started, and I like that it's still quite high pace. I'm hoping it doesn't fall into middle book syndrome, but as we've noticed recently, the theme for me is that I love the middle book more than the rest, even if it's only slightly. So I have high hopes for this, and I love Stephen's writing. I really need to go back and read his backlist because there are many books of his that I want to read that I just haven't got around to reading yet. But otherwise, that is everything for this week's reading vlog. I hope you're proud of me for reading something. And if you wanna leave, if you've enjoyed this video, even give it a like. It supports me in my channel. Don't know where I was going then. If you want to leave me a comment down below of, I don't know, any October recommendations. I want to know them. And if you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me a ghost emoji because it's October. If you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing down below and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload new videos. I do have other videos planned, right? I really do. I just haven't filmed them, so I need to get on that. And I will, okay? I need to. But yeah, that's everything for today's vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.